And let me get you. Oh, what is that?
Good morning.
What is like some kind of
Good morning.
thing?
Good
Gonna
morning.
do our Savers Awareness Club with the complete. We're gonna use again Dr. Joy Dispenza. Yesterday, Marta, for meditation, visualizations, and silence.
If you use this moment wisely,
Let me start it from the beginning.
have you ever found yourself waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? Do you feel an unexplained presence, a call?
Let me just go and recall the whole thing so I can use it. Okay, there you have it.
Calling, a deep inner stillness that feels different from any other time of day? This is no coincidence. Science and spirituality confirm that these early morning hours are the gateway to the quantum field, the space where infinite intelligence, healing, and transformation reside. During this sacred window, your brain is naturally tuned to the theta and delta frequencies, the very states that mystics, monks, and yogis have accessed for centuries to achieve higher states of consciousness. This is the time when the subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming. If you use this moment wisely, if you pray, visualize, and affirm your future with unwavering belief, you align yourself with limitless possibilities. So if you're awake right now between these powerful hours, take it as a divine sign. You are being called to awaken to your true potential. Let's begin. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Feel yourself becoming lighter. Feel your body relaxing, sinking deeper into this moment of peace. Again, inhale deeply, feeling your lungs expand, and exhale, releasing all tension. One more time. Inhale deeply, and as you hold this breath, feel the energy shifting inside you. As you exhale, imagine releasing all fears, doubts, and negativity. You are now entering a pure, receptive state. Repeat these words, either silently or out loud, and feel the power behind them. Divine intelligence, I open my heart to receive your wisdom. I surrender to the infinite intelligence that guides all things. I am one with the quantum field, limitless in my potential. As I breathe, I feel your presence within me, around me, and through me. I call upon the highest vibration of love and healing. I release all resistance and trust in the unfolding of my highest good. I know that everything I seek is already seeking me. Thank you for the abundance, health, and miracles that are flowing into my life now. I accept them with gratitude and joy, and so it is. Now let's go even deeper. Visualize a golden light surrounding your entire body. This light represents your connection to the quantum field. It pulses with pure energy, infinite wisdom, and divine intelligence. Imagine this golden light expanding from your heart, filling every cell of your being, awakening your true potential. Feel your frequency rising. You are now aligning with your highest self, the version of you that already has everything you desire. See yourself radiating confidence, abundance, and pure joy. Visualize your dreams unfolding effortlessly, your health, your relationships, your financial freedom, your spiritual growth. It is already done. Breathe into this reality. Know it. Feel it. Own it. And as you exhale, release all doubts and fears. You are now operating from a place of certainty, faith, and divine alignment. Let us now go even deeper into surrender. Surrender is not about giving up, it is about trusting in the higher intelligence of the universe. As you sit in stillness, say this to yourself: I release all control and allow divine timing to unfold. I trust that the universe is always working in my favor. I welcome every opportunity, every challenge as a lesson guiding me closer to my highest path. Now breathe into this space of deep surrender. Feel the relief of letting go. There is nothing to fear. There is only trust. There is only divine perfection in all that is unfolding. Now allow yourself to fully absorb these affirmations. Feel them in your heart. Breathe them into your soul. Let them become your reality. Repeat after me. I am limitless. I am powerful. I am abundant. Everything I desire is already mine. My subconscious mind is now programmed for success and prosperity. Every cell in my body is vibrating with divine intelligence. I attract miracles effortlessly. I am worthy of love, happiness, and unlimited abundance. I trust the divine timing of my manifestations. I am connected to the quantum field, and I co-create my reality with ease. I am at peace with my past and excited for my future. Every breath I take fills me with divine energy. I am a magnet for miracles. Wealth flows to me effortlessly. My body is healing and regenerating every moment. Love surrounds me and flows from me. I am deeply connected to my higher self. Opportunities appear before me with ease. My mind is calm, focused, and clear. I trust that everything is working in my favor. I am aligned with the infinite abundance of the universe. Every day I wake up filled with gratitude and purpose. I am worthy of receiving all that I desire. My dreams are manifesting right now. I trust the divine timing of my success. I radiate confidence and attract endless opportunities. My subconscious mind is wired for wealth and happiness. I am deeply loved and divinely guided. Every cell in my body vibrates with health and vitality. My intuition is strong and I always make the right decisions. I am effortlessly attracting loving and supportive relationships. The universe is opening doors for me in miraculous ways. I am fearless in the pursuit of my dreams. My energy is magnetic, drawing abundance and joy into my life. I am grateful for all the blessings in my life, big and small. Prosperity and success flow to me with ease. I am open to receiving divine inspiration and guidance. My thoughts create my reality and I choose positivity. I am a limitless being capable of achieving anything. The universe conspires in my favor at all times. I release all doubts and step into my true power. My heart is open to love, joy, and infinite possibilities. Every challenge I face is an opportunity for growth. I trust myself and my ability to manifest greatness. My dreams are becoming reality faster than I imagined. I am always in the right place at the right time. Wealth and success are my birthright. I am worthy of financial freedom and unlimited abundance. Happiness is my natural state, and I embrace it fully. I am deeply connected to the quantum field of infinite potential. My energy is aligned with love, prosperity, and divine purpose. I welcome new opportunities with an open heart. I am guided by wisdom, clarity, and intuition. Everything I need is already within me. I attract positive experiences into my life daily. I release fear and embrace my divine path. My vibration is high and I am in flow with the universe. I am open to receiving blessings beyond my wildest dreams. I create my reality with intention, love, and gratitude. My future is bright, abundant, and filled with infinite possibilities. Each time you repeat these affirmations, you are rewiring your brain, strengthening new neural pathways that support your highest vision. This is how you transform your reality. As we come to the end of this practice, remember this: what you think, feel, and believe during these sacred early hours shapes your future. This is the time when you have the greatest power to manifest, to heal, to transform. So, each time you wake up at this hour, do not waste it scrolling through distractions. Use it to reprogram your mind, to align with the quantum field, to declare your truth. Say this prayer, feel it, embody it. Let it become your reality, and watch as your life shifts in ways you never imagined possible. If you felt a shift during this meditation, trust it. If you feel an energy rising within you, honor it. This is your sign that transformation is already happening. Remember, the universe is always responding to the frequency you emit, so choose to vibrate higher. Choose to believe in your infinite potential. Choose to step into the reality that has always been yours. Thank you for joining me in this sacred practice. Your future is limitless. Now go and claim it.
Fast one.
Same-day delivery powered by DoorDash.
That's Joy Dispenza. So, the most important guy in the world of, let's go to save this one. And let me start the silent affirmation. 255. Okay. And then continue to affirmation visualization. I'm going to go to a simple exercise. Let me get the shortest one. See your true self. Language is a portal. Life is a miracle. Warming up to fitness. Something simple. Warm up to fitness. Life is. Let me go to less than 2 minutes. Build up body strength while focus is on all the miracles that life has. Affirmation exercise. Let's try it. Okay, let me get this out. So we don't have any power in that area. Let me just take all of that to see if we can have the power.
My name is Lucy Osborne, and we're about to do affirmations and exercise by doing one move and one affirmation at the same time. So set yourself up for that one move. It's a push-up. You can do it. Modify as needed, but get going. Find your spot on the ground. Set yourself up and do as many push-ups as you can in 1 minute.
Okay.
Maybe it's 1. Maybe it's 2. Maybe it's 1 more than you did yesterday. But go.
Let's go.
And say, life is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
Life is a
You
miracle.
got this. Life is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
Life is
You're
a miracle.
halfway through. Life is a
Life
miracle.
is a miracle.
Life is a
Life is a
miracle. So close. Life
is a
is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
Life is a miracle.
You did it.
All right.
Good job. And remember, life is a miracle. Even when it's hard, it's a miracle. And today, I'm grateful for every moment. Enjoy the rest of your savers and have the best day.
Okay. So we got that done. Exercise and to scribing. Okay. This is the questions of today. What is the biggest deception in your life and how you use it to your advantage? What is the biggest deception in your life and how you use it as a advantage.
When you say deception, do you mean like a lie?
Deception, lie, um, yeah, lie. Someone decepted you. Something happened to you that you weren't expected. So, what is the biggest deception?
Could it also be? Could it also be? What is the thing that you believe that was true and realized that wasn't?
No, that's a lie. Biggest deception is it's someone lied to you. Someone that did something back to you that you were not expecting. So, if we go to the dictionary, the deception, deception, action of deceptive someone, obtaining property by deceptor, a thing that deceives, a range of elaborate deceptor, similar. Let me see if we can get some.
Let's use the word in a definition. A house, something that looks like a house.
So deception is someone did something bad to you. Obtaining property by deception, a range of elaborate deceptions, deceit. Okay, got it? Okay, once again, what is the biggest lie, if you want to, deception, bad reality in your life, and how you used it as an advantage or as a gift from the universe? By Okay, let's go to give you a couple of minutes in scribing. I'll give 3 minutes, starting right now. 5, today is what? 5, 9. 5, 9, 25. We have 17 seconds. So this is it. We are on the saver. Let me just come back, check this out. This is scribing 355 and 355. And let's go towards, let me start myself and let me stop the sharing too. And we are recording live streaming and we are recording the conversation. What is the biggest deceptions in your life and how you used it as an advantage? Well, what is your biggest realization, lie, something that happened to me? Not to understand the way of the feminine as a paradigm in therapy, in my case, and uses to heal, love, and as a way to understand man or men in the world. True masculine deception and toxicity happen when men do not comprehend his ways and rights in life that is the truth. So it's the biggest decisions is when us men doesn't know the way to go about the feminine, and then we believe she is on the fault or she is the one to blame, when in fact we are the one to blame because we didn't understand the way of the men and the ways of the feminine in life. And so a reality that I find in most of my couple cases, and I can see how deceptive and deceit we can be if we don't understand the way of the men. So I think that's one of the biggest paradigm in life that I have captured during the last probably 15 years so far now. So and it's a paradigm shift, and it's some kind of a gift when you understand and when you comprehend it. You go to the next level. It's, and then life, you cannot see life, you cannot understand life. Life avoid you and keep yourself in the same positions. All right, so let's go to whatever you have. You have to go to philosophical or to clinical psychoanalytic, and let's go to Rosaura, then Catano, because Victor, he respond according to who is looking for him. All right, Rosaura.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Okay. The biggest dissection in my life is thinking that respect should be given freely. And when I say respect, is respecting your point of view, your manners, the things that you do and say. Now, I think it should be freely respected and honored, but it doesn't happen like that. However, I realize that respect is not reciprocated by others. I use it to my advantage to set boundaries and decide who I want in my circle and how close I want them to be to me.
That's excellent. And respect in the system of Goldman is insisting from the house up to the sound relationship house. The system of respect and admirations are together. And I only respect you when you are generous, when you give me time and provide completely to me. So respect comes from that place of abundance of giving. And people believe, oh, respect have to be because I am the husband or I am the president or I am whatever. You have to respect me like it's an order, but it doesn't come from there. If you cheap, you don't give you time, you don't are generous, I'm not gonna respect you. So you're gonna lose my respect. That's according to Goldman and the theory of the sound relationship house. Okay. Catano.
Like the Birdman says, put some respect on my name. Oh man, I love you, Rosada.
Mhm. I love you too, Victor.
Marta, did you hear that?
He's more so. Oh man. Okay, so this is going to be deep. It's dangerous to give me so much time to write about things like this, right? Especially in my state. So here we go. As a kid growing up, I brought into the American dream and believed that if I went to school, worked, and built a family, that whatever living the dream meant would magically happen to me. The more that I matured, the more that I realized that there was no magic to this. While the American dream offers endless opportunity, there is a lot more that you have to do to realize it. I have experienced that the odds appear to be more stacked against me than I originally believed. I have since subscribed to a life of faith and perseverance to will my dreams to come true. I am determined to prove that I can do all things through Christ and that I will stand victorious in God's timing. I will be a testament to anyone else pursuing their own dreams.
All right. So we have the way of the man, we have the respect, and we have the American dreams related to faith and how effective it could be and how can you use that as your advantage. It's not necessarily true, it's not necessarily a reality. Joy Dispenza believe that your thoughts create your reality, most likely, and you have to believe it. You have to be there and do it every day, constantly. So we have three ways to see reality as it is, really, and not be deceived by it. Okay, let's go to Lawrence, Dr. Z, Marta, and Andy. Lawrence,
Good morning.
good morning. We miss you, man.
Yeah, I'm back. I think part of, at least for me, I think is living in fear, and instead of strength. So I'm working more towards that. One of the things that's been helpful is that I started going to the gym more frequently and been doing some exercises, and that's helped a lot, a real lot. So that's given me more confidence and more strength. I think before I was just too much anxiety and too much stuff. And I have to have more faith in myself that I can do hard stuff. So I'm going to commit myself to reading the David Data book again. So there's great stuff in there.
Yeah. So the option is mastery of fear. And then someone told me, yeah, but it's the double F, which is fear and faith. So the way you go about fear is also faith that you're gonna conquer mastery as a way of being. And indeed, yeah, the way of the superior man would give us some kind of understanding of who we are and go there and apply there, which is very much interesting. So let's go to Dr. Z. Dr. Z.
Good morning. My deception that I thought about was the deception of friendship, where I had one guy that I thought would be a good true friendship, and he ended up being a narcissist, making every conversation about himself, and he didn't want guidance or to accept any responsibility for his actions. He just wanted someone to make him feel good, which I did not do. I'd give him advice on how to change things. He never did it. He'd just come back and complain about the same thing the next day. Uh, what really made it difficult was he would always want to hang out on the weekends and usually spend the night because he was good time away and we'd hang out till late in the night. But then he would surprise me once in a while with his girlfriend without telling me, and they'd spend the night and pretty much turn my couch into a love shack. Um, I called it off very quickly after the second time. I haven't spoken to him since, but I just learned to be able to cut people off a lot easier and don't let yourself be taken advantage of.
Block him. I block him.
I did.
I block that guy. You know, it's he was about himself all the time, calling and never reciprocating. Not even if you wanted to something from, but it's oblivious of you, and it's only me, 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 me.
Mm-hmm.
And as the friendship narcissist, so we have the respect, the way of the man, the American dreams, faith, living in fear instead of strength, mastery is the only option, and friendship narcissist. All right. So Andy, what you got? Martha, what you got?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I guess the lie that I would internalize is that I'm not good enough. The advantage of that was that it made me humble and teachable and dependent on God's strength, not my own. And the scripture that I use to turn this lie around is Proverbs 3, 5 through 6, where it says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight." So, what I learned from that is that I don't have to be enough. I do the best that I can and just trust God enough, and he will straighten out my path and make things better in my life. And I've seen that example many times where I may feel that I'm not good enough, but when I depend on God and just move forward, things work out.
That's wonderful. So it's Doctor Doctor Ignorance. Dr. Khan, he called it the Doctor Ignorance. It's an ignorance, but it's coming from your biggest understanding, and it's the path of illumination or wisdom, because you don't know everything. You see that you know that you don't know, which is the psychological and philosophical principle of knowledge. You don't know, and when you don't know, well, you are there to find out the truth. Brian Johnson, the guy who want to live for 185 years, he says that ignorance is the most important way of this moment of don't die, because there is a lot of things that we don't know, and of the moment you trying to learn everything that is happening with AI and algorithm, the better it's gonna be for all of us. Martha, what about you? Marta Rodriguez Altagracia. That Victor only loved Rosaura. That's what he says. Martha, are you there? Martha is sleeping? Okay. So unmute. All right. So we're gonna go then to reading is the last part, and I'm gonna close it right here. And I'm gonna give the power to
She was giving Victor the silent treatment.
yeah, exactly. All right, your co-host. We're gonna go to the last chapter and also to continue the mental dimension in habit 7, sharpen the saw.
Could I just say something very quickly? Um, when I was hearing Lauren speak about fear, I'm gonna drive you crazy, Dr. Pina, because we're gonna talk about Batman for a second, right? There's a scene in The Dark Knight, right, where Batman is just like thrown to the pit, and this relates to the David Data books. I just want you to know that this is going somewhere, right? Um, there's a scene where Batman gets thrown into the pit, right, and he just can't get out, and he just keeps breaking his back, breaking his back. He can't get out. He can't get out, right? And finally, a wise man in the prison tells him, right, that the way he needs, he keeps telling him, you're not afraid. This is why you keep failing, and basically, to not make it longer, he says, when you find fear, right, that's when you're able to achieve your greatness, and I'm paraphrasing it, right? When fear finds you, that's when you will be able to overcome the things that you can't. Um, and as it relates to the David Data book, he talks about basically living your fear, right? Like just like going deep into it and just kind of like realizing it, letting it not consume you, but just like not running from it, facing it, living it, enduring it, right? And basically overcoming it, right? Because that's the only way through. Sometimes they say that the only way through the storm is through the storm, and that's exactly what both of these things are relating to. Fear is a nasty animal. Fear is actually the enemy of faith, and you need to realize and accept fear in order to overcome it. And I just implore all of us to face our darkest fear, right? Just go through them and actually love them, embrace them, so that you can just chew it up and spit it out.
Right. Well
Thank you,
put.
Batman.
Well put. And we have a new pop,
Yeah. White
Leon
smoke.
Leon 14. Leo 14.
From Chi-Town, where I was raised.
Mm,
He's a Sox fan, I hear.
good. From USA and Peru.
Well, I think this is the first time that we've had a pope in this era of awful social media, right? I'm eager to see what social media is going
Yeah,
to come out about this.
there was a. You'd appreciate this. There was a joke that says there's a. Um, they were elected. Chi-Town produced a pope faster than they produced a good QB or something like that.
Mhm.
So I think you'll appreciate the Jets still having a good time.
All right. So let's see. Power I have. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Victor, for the insight.
Listen, part of this whole journey that I'm on is, it's calling things as I see it, being faithful when God says, I want you to share this because it might help somebody. It may not be comfortable for me to do it, but sometimes I just realize that I have to get out of my comfort zone because, I feel like I have a lot of things to share. And so, that just came right from prayer and meditation while I was hearing all of you.
And just so you know, Batman's back on Netflix again. So
What was that?
the Batman series is back on Netflix again if you want to watch.
Oh, that'll be 1,000,001 times then.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
In the silent chambers of the soul. If you win the battles there, if you settle the issues that inwardly conflict, you feel a sense of peace, a sense of knowing what you're about. And you'll find that the public victories, where you tend to think cooperatively to promote the welfare and good of other people, and to be genuinely happy for other people's successes, will follow naturally. the mental dimension. Most of our mental development and study discipline comes through formal education. But as soon as we leave the external discipline of school, many of us let our minds atrophy. We don't do any serious reading. We don't explore new subjects in any real depth outside our own action fields. We don't think analytically. We don't write, at least not critically, or in a way that tests our ability to express ourselves in distilled, clear, and concise language. Instead, we spend our time watching television. Continuing surveys indicate that television is on in most homes some 35 to 45 hours a week. That's as much time as many people put into their jobs, more than most put into school. It's the most powerful socializing influence there is. And when we watch, we're subject to all of the values that are being taught through it, that can powerfully influence us in very subtle and imperceptible ways. Wisdom in watching television requires the effective self-management of Habit 3, which enables you to discriminate and to select the informing, inspiring, and entertaining programs which best serve and express your purpose and values. In our family, we limit television watching to about 7 hours a week, an average of about an hour a day. We had a family council at which we talked about it and looked at some of the data regarding what's happening in homes because of television. We found that by discussing it as a family, when no one was defensive or argumentative, people started to realize the dependent sickness of becoming addicted to soap operas or to a steady diet of a particular program. I'm grateful for television and for the many high-quality educational and entertainment programs. They can enrich our lives and contribute meaningfully to our purposes and goals. But there are many, many programs that simply waste our time and minds, and many that influence us in negative ways if we let them. Like the body, television is a good servant but a poor master. We need to practice Habit 3 and manage ourselves effectively to maximize the use of any resource in accomplishing our missions. Education, continuing education, continually honing and expanding the mind is vital mental renewal. Sometimes that involves the external discipline of the classroom or systematized study programs. More often it does not. Proactive people can figure out many, many ways to educate themselves. It is extremely valuable to train the mind to stand apart and examine its own program. That to me is the definition of a liberal education, the ability to examine the programs of life against larger questions and purposes and other paradigms. Training without such education narrows and closes the mind so that the assumptions underlying the training are never examined. That is why it is so valuable to read broadly and to expose yourself to great minds. There's no better way to inform and expand your mind on a regular basis than to get into the habit of reading good literature. That's another high-leverage Quadrant 2 activity. You can get into the best minds that are now or that have ever been in the world. I highly recommend starting with the goal of a book a month, then a book every 2 weeks, then a book a week. You may have heard the expression, the person who doesn't read is no better off than the person who can't read. Quality literature, such as the great books, the Harvard classics, autobiographies, National Geographic, and other publications that expand our cultural awareness, and current literature in various fields can expand our paradigms and sharpen our mental saw, particularly if we practice Habit 5 as we read and seek first to understand. If we use our own autobiography to make early judgments before we really understand what an author has to say, we limit the benefit of the reading experience. Writing is another powerful way to sharpen the mental saw. Keeping a journal of our thoughts, experiences, insights, and learnings promotes mental clarity, exactness, and context. Writing good letters, communicating on the deeper level of thoughts, feelings, and ideas, rather than on the shallow, superficial level of events, also affects our ability to think clearly, to reason accurately, and to understand effectively. Organizing and planning represents other forms of mental renewal associated with habits 2 and 3. It's beginning with the end in mind and being able mentally to organize to accomplish that end. It's exercising the visualizing, imagining power of your mind to see the end from the beginning and to see the entire journey, at least in principles, if not in steps. It is said that wars are won in the general's tent. Sharpening the saw in the first 3 dimensions, the physical, the spiritual, and the mental, is a practice I call the daily private victory. And I commend to you the simple practice of spending at least 1 hour a day, every day doing it. 1 hour a day for the rest of your life. There is no other way you could spend an hour that could begin to compare with the daily private victory in terms of value and results. It will affect every decision, every relationship. It will greatly improve the quality, the effectiveness of every other hour of the day, including the depth and restfulness of your sleep. It will build the long-term mental strength to enable you to handle difficult challenges in life. In the words of Phillips Brooks, someday in the years to come, you will be wrestling with the great temptation or trembling under the great sorrow of your life. But the real struggle is here, now. Now it is being decided whether in the day of your supreme sorrow or temptation you shall fail miserably or gloriously conquer. Character cannot be made except by a steady, long, continued process.
Okay, let's stop it right
The
there.
social, emotional dimension. While the physical...
Okay, tomorrow we'll go into the social emotional dimension. 5, 9, 25, and then let's discuss the mental dimension, the mind, and let's start with having a couple of minutes dedicated to this reading. And there you have it. Let's have 10 minutes for this.
I think one can argue that um, television, which now I think when this book was written, it was all about television. Now it's social media too, right? I think television and social media are like a drugless drug, right? I think people use these outlets to get away from a lot of things. The other day in Savers, we did, we talked about how do you use rest. I think that a lot of us form of getting away from, what really matters and what's important. I see myself sometimes when I just shut down and I just don't want to be bothered and I've had a long day. There's just like I have zero capacity to do anything else. I always have time to go on social media and watch foolish videos and just waste time um and you know I want to evolve from that, but then I also realize that sometimes it is good to distract the mind. It is good to laugh at something foolish or stupid. And also sometimes it's good to challenge yourself when you see garbage, to be able to say that's not true, right? I think it helps sharpen the mind to be able to discern between the reality and the things that are being painted toward you. So there, I gave you a lot of meat for this conversation.
He described the daily private victory, which is exactly what we do every day. The substitute the television or the screen time for reading, writing, visualizing, organizing, planning, uh, and a book a month, a week. Um, the cautions of the television at that time, which is the reading of today, as Victor says, and to have physical, which is the exercise, the spiritual, the prayer, the connection with something bigger than us, and the mental as the daily private victory that we have to do an hour a day for the rest of your life. And it's very emphatic into an hour a day for the rest of your life, which is pertaining to what exactly we do here and that we've been doing for more than 9 months. It's in this kind of little couple of pages that he's putting together.
I think you'd all be really proud of how I've used our savers in all of our reading. Um, I was doing a video interview for a job, and one of the questions was, how do you think that the CFO role has evolved, right, um, over the course of your career? And I went on to talk about, some of the things, right? And then in the end, the question then came back and said, how do you, what are you doing to embrace that? How do you work on yourself? And I just started talking about our savers, particularly, right? Um, I started talking about how one of the things that I do is that I've been dedicating myself to learning more about leadership habits and collaboration through reading, right? And how I've also embraced AI to enhance my efficiency. And then I said that I was inspired by the principles of the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which has allowed me to go, to move beyond being a reactive problem solver to being more strategic. And I called it a shift from being a fireman to being an engineer. And I was so proud at, like, as I was answering this question, right? I was so proud of, like, how I felt like firsthand I had learned so much from these books and from these conversations with you. And I just felt like like so ready to conquer the world. Like God, I'm like a bull in a pen right now, just ready to be released from that cage to go show like what I've done in these 7 months since I've been partially employed. And of course I could have pissed my 7 months away, procrastinating, not working on myself, and and just watching television. There's always a series to watch. There's always something to do. But I've dedicated a lot of my life to you now. To helping all of us sharpen iron. And I just felt yesterday as I was going through that, like I just felt the richness of this group, and I was carrying all of you in my heart as I was going about answering that question.
That is good. I find myself also in the podcast when I speak with Dr. Reiki Ramon Blandino on Wednesday. Um, like some kind showing off in terms of the books that we're reading, the relationship that they have with all of them, because I have all of them in front of me. I can name it: Atomic Habits, Tiny Habits, The Hidden Habits of Genius, Never Split the Difference, Think and Grow Rich, Start with Why, The Miracle Morning, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, The Psychology of Money, and let me see, Bobby Sharma, The 5 a.m. Club, and then The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I have it. I can show off in terms of what we have accomplished and how we have used them and specifically and deeply, you know. And I see how Dr. Reiki and Ramon they just stay there. Or in my clinical group, we have like 10, 15 clinicians and therapists, and I go back and everybody's like wanting to be part of the 5 a.m. clubs. But some I don't allow them to come still yet. uh, some are interns, so they need to go to different places in their life, and they are complicated with classes as they are. But I find myself like, yeah, showing off in terms of how far we have gone. I have gone myself in the morning, and how before a.m. I have accomplished a lot of things. And put and planning and organizing and scheduling stuff and having and checking relationships and things as we move forward every day. It's you start with an advantage in everything you do, and every that happen every day. Right, Dr. C, Lawrence, Rosara, Andy, what's in
I
your mind?
I wanted to add how Victor, you are channeling your real name because you are Victor, and part what the reading was caught my attention was the writing portion. I know we do a lot of scribing now. I used to journal back when I described myself in the thriving era of my life. I used to journal a lot. I followed this program where you had like 5 different categories in a big journal, and you called it like the year of me. And then you always started with a memento mori and how many days you have left in your life. And then you'd essentially take these 5 categories and strategize your life to be better in those 5 places. And we kind of do that now, but more singular focus when it comes to scribing. And I want to get back to that point where I can thrive and be able to plan better. So this book's, kind of shining the light in the little nooks with the shadows to let me know where I need to get back to.
Wonderful. Okay, let's give it 5 more minutes. Andy, Lawrence, Rosara.
Okay. Hi, everyone, again. What drew my attention is something that we always heard, that reading is important. He says the person who doesn't read is similar to the person who doesn't know how to read. So the author suggests that that's a good way to sharpen our skills, reading and writing, and to get into the mind of great leaders, philosophers, scientists, educators is by reading. That's the way we could get into the mind of the ones them that no longer are around. I remember growing up, they used to say, if you have a secret and you want to keep it from men, put it in a book. So this is basically encouraging us to read, 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 and sharpen the thought.
It's true.
It was interesting there, Rosaura. If you want to keep something away from the man, put it in a book. That's that's powerful. But I think for me, as a person who's coaching other people, one area in the book that's important is the private victories. If I really, really want to help people, I have to have the private victories. So for me, the private victories is basically when I need to work out and I just don't want to do it. Um, I push through it and I go, even if I struggle, even if I don't necessarily do the full workout that I need to do, but I need to show up there and do it even when I don't feel like it. And when I have those private victories, I'm able to confidently work with other people and be able to help them because I've gone through it. And so that's really important. Also, as an example for my family and my kids, to have those private victories, this is really important. And it's also a biblical thing as well, because I know in the world of Christianity, there's a lot of people that out there that share a lot about the scripture, and a lot of preachers and pastors that that really know what to say, but their private victories are not there. And as a result, people pick up on that. They know when someone is real, and they know when someone is like they say, faking the funk. So private victory is really, really important. And that's one area that this book talks about in sharpening the saw, is having those private victories so that your public victories can be really, really strong.
Good. So, because Marta Rodriguez Altagracia is sleeping, I believe. So, that's gonna be the last word.
I got
So,
I got something picking up on what Andy was just saying. As James Brown says in one of the songs, you always got to keep it funky. So, um,
I love that song. Let's keep
yeah,
it funky.
I don't remember which. It's one of the songs. I played that on repeat so many times. There's like a greatest hits that he has that's like 20 songs that I've had it for years and years. But you need to change your mood. Put that on. It'll change your mood. Um,
If you
hello, Victor.
go
what
ahead,
happened? What happened,
and,
Victor?
and it'll be one of the songs.
Yeah,
What was that? Huh?
What
I'll
was
find.
that?
No, I said if you don't remember which song it is, just go hey, and it'll probably be one of his songs.
All
I
right.
had the pleasure one time. I didn't see him, but I got to see the guy who played for him. Maceo Parker was a horn player, so he was amazing. So it was a great experience. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, I'm working on my faith more. So faith over fear. So
445, we will boost that through the roof for you.
okay, sounds good.
Right. There you have it. Thank you very much. And then I'll see you tomorrow. I will give the baton tomorrow to Victor. I will have the program ready. So I will put only the people who's been consistent and who already have practice to do it. So more likely the oldest guy, who are we? So let me put it together. We're sending it out just right now, later on. But tomorrow, Victor. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
I'll be
Hasta
ready.
mañana.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.